hooked up because I die in that. And he pulls the arrow out, but it's a snake.
In the 80s, the name Sandahl Bergman once sent shockwaves through all of Hollywood with a breathtaking boldness. Standing 1.83 meters tall, she stepped onto the screen and fully displayed her physical strength, leaving nothing to the public's imagination. Nevertheless, behind those peak moments lay an extremely high price, paid in blood, right on the film set. And so, just as she touched glory, Sandahl Bergman suddenly chose to disappear without a trace for decades. Until recently, an unexpected turning point occurred that forced the world to utter this woman's name once again. What secret is being hidden behind the aura of this female warrior? Entering the year 1980, the female artist Sandahl Bergman continued to maximize the springboard of dance artistry to catch the eyes of major producers in Hollywood. She quickly received an invitation to join a hit fantasy musical film project titled Xanadu. In this large-scale cinematic work, the actress excellently assumed the role of Muse 1, meaning Muse number 1, performing directly alongside the renowned superstar Olivia Newton-John. This role immediately affirmed her premier physical stature in the cinematic capital. The media and press of that era remarked that her appearance in Xanadu established a completely new standard for the dynamic beauty of women. This was an extremely crucial stepping stone that elevated her fame to a new height. The greatest opportunity in Sandahl Bergman's film career officially emerged around the beginning of 1981. That was the moment when the historical action blockbuster movie project, titled Conan the Barbarian, began the process of searching for its official cast. The renowned director John Milius at that time was urgently searching for a female face who could meet the extremely rigorous physical demands. He accidentally rewatched her impressive dance sequence in the earlier work All That Jazz. The director was completely won over by a woman who possessed the incredibly fluid movements of a professional ballet dancer, while at the same time carrying toned musculature and immense internal strength. Without needing to go through multiple rounds of auditions or complex assessments like other candidates, director John Milius immediately made the decision to assign the female warrior role of Valeria to her. He believed that no one was more fitting than this talented female dancer. The perfect combination between Sandahl Bergman and the male actor Arnold Schwarzenegger created a couple possessing one of the most ideal physiques on the silver screen at that time. Both stars had large skeletal frames along with extremely superior physical foundations. To best prepare for this heavy role of Valeria, Sandahl Bergman had to enter an extremely rigorous military training regime lasting for 3 consecutive months. She accepted being completely isolated at a special training facility. At this facility, the actress had to undergo strict lessons in professional sword-fighting techniques, practical combat martial arts disciplines, and aerial acrobatic skills. The extreme physical conditioning regime demanded tremendous fortitude. Director John Milius made it a mandatory requirement that Sandahl Bergman must perform 100% of all dangerous action scenes herself. The absolute refusal to use stunt doubles aimed to maintain authenticity for close-up shots. This very self-sacrificing commitment to art inadvertently led to a horrific accident right on the movie set. This was a shocking event that caused the entire production crew to hold their breath in terror at the dangerous nature of the situation. During a chaotic battle sequence involving many background extras, a serious mistake from the prop management team occurred. A supporting actor accidentally used a real steel sword instead of a protective weapon. As Sandahl Bergman raised her sword to block the strike according to the script's progression, the co-star's blade suddenly slipped heavily downward. This sharp weapon slashed directly into the index finger of the actress's right hand. The slash was horrifyingly deep, almost completely severing the index finger joint, which was her writing finger. The profuse flow of blood right on the set caused everyone witnessing it to immediately fall into a state of panic. The female artist was immediately rushed to the nearest hospital for emergency medical care to undergo complex tendon reattachment surgery. The medical team had to work continuously for many hours to salvage her hand structure, When recounting this permanent scar and unforgettable memory, Sandahl Bergman once shared directly with the press, "That accident left a major trauma. It completely altered my handwriting from that moment onward." Even though she had to endure an extremely severe injury, the iron spirit of a professional dancer did not allow her to surrender to the circumstances. After only a few brief days of rest, she immediately returned to the set with her finger carefully bandaged. When the cinematic work Conan the Barbarian was officially released widely in 1982, the movie immediately reaped massive global revenues. The work quickly became a highly representative pop culture milestone. The image of the resilient female warrior Valeria, with her brilliant blonde hair and powerful fighting style, reshaped the entire cinematic standard. Audiences of that era no longer saw a weak type of female character, but rather an independent power. Sandahl Bergman's immense sacrifice for art was ultimately rewarded worthily, with the most prestigious cinematic accolades. At the prestigious Golden Globe Awards ceremony held in 1983, she was honored as the New Star of the Year. Immediately following her resounding glory at the Golden Globe Awards, the actress continued to excellently win the Saturn Award for Best Actress. This was the supreme recognition from industry professionals for her capability. When looking back at the historically iconic role that completely changed her life, the superstar once affirmed to the media, "Valeria is not just a role. It is a manifesto on the independent power of women on screen." The brilliant success of Conan turned Sandahl Bergman into an extremely highly sought-after name. Even so, in the cinematic capital, the boundary between an icon and being typecast in a single type of character was exceptionally fragile. As the aura of Conan's sword faded, she made a bold decision behind the scenes of Red Sonja, opening up a highly controversial turning point. Typecasting. Crisis. Entering the year 1985, the renowned producer Dino De Laurentiis planned to execute a subsequent historical blockbuster project titled Red Sonja. He immediately thought of Sandahl Bergman as the most perfect choice for the female lead role thanks to her previous resounding success. This veteran producer extended extremely earnest invitations along with a handsome remuneration to convince the superstar to make a comeback. He believed that her presence would guarantee the global commercial success of this new cinematic work. Nonetheless, the reality behind the scenes unfolded completely contrary to the expectations from the major studio. Through frank interviews with the press of that era, Sandahl Bergman adamantly refused the offer to play the heroic protagonist Red Sonja. Instead of continuing to repeat the image of the righteous female warrior Valeria, she proactively requested to take on the villainous role. The actress wanted to challenge herself through transforming into the cruel and brutal character of Queen Gudrun. Explaining this bold decision, Sandahl Bergman once stated directly to a prestigious cinema newspaper, "I do not want to frame myself within a single warrior image. Playing a villain brings me more space for creative freedom." Unfortunately, this brave breakthrough decision brought about completely counterproductive results from critics. Following its release, the movie Red Sonja had to receive an incredibly negative wave of feedback from mainstream film experts. Her performance as Queen Gudrun was judged as not convincing enough and faced heavy criticism. As a consequence, Sandahl Bergman received a Golden Raspberry Award nomination for Worst Supporting Actress in 1985. This sorrowful milestone dealt a powerful blow to the psychology and career direction of the talented superstar. This was a harsh reality occurring right after she had just touched the glory of the prestigious Golden Globe Award. In-depth reports in Hollywood during this period began to point out a harsh casting syndrome called typecasting. Possessing an overly unique physique inadvertently became a major barrier preventing her from accessing diverse scripts. With her towering height of 1.83 meters and a powerful muscular physique, directors barely knew which film genres to place her in. She was completely excluded from the list of traditional feminine roles or romantic drama movies. Hollywood at that time continuously restricted her capabilities within stereotypes, such as Amazon warriors, witches, or biological robots. Her massive height also made contemporary male actors hesitant when having to co-star alongside her on the silver screen. To be able to maintain the flame of passion for the art of acting, Sandahl Bergman was forced to make a strategic shift. She accepted lowering herself to participate in the B-movie segment and the low-budget science fiction genre. The first milestone in this series of works was the post-apocalyptic movie titled She, widely released in 1984. Even though the work did not achieve major commercial success, her role was still passionately received by a segment of enthusiastic audiences. Next, in 1987, she participated in a fantasy action film project titled Programmed to Kill. In the film, she transformed into a biomechanical entity with combat action scenes requiring very high individual technique. Also in 1987, the actress continued to appear in the social drama cinematic work titled Candyland. The continuous shifting of film genres proved her ceaseless efforts to overcome prejudices regarding physical appearance. The peak of this cult film period was precisely the role of Spangle in the unique and strange fantasy work Hell Comes to Frogtown in 1988. This movie, belonging to a bizarre post-apocalyptic world, created a major resonance within the fan community. Acting alongside the famous wrestling star Roddy Piper, Sandahl Bergman delivered a deeply impressive performance. The press recorded that even though the script was somewhat eccentric, she still worked with the absolute seriousness of a true star. A contemporary film magazine showered many words of praise on the ceaseless spirit of dedication of the former Broadway dancer. She directly affirmed, whether the scale of the movie is large or small, my sole responsibility is to bring maximum authenticity to the character. When swords and leather armor were no longer a trend at the box offices, the woman who once drove the screen wild made a practical choice to withdraw into the shadows of the television small screen and tightly hold on to her own private life secrets. The secret marriage. Entering the decade of the 1990s amidst a Hollywood backdrop overflowing with scandals of partying and addiction, Sandahl Bergman always maintained an exemplary lifestyle completely separated from the clamor. She proactively exercised strict control over all information related to her personal life before the media. The superstar quietly entered a highly private marriage with the famous television actor Josh Taylor. He was originally an extremely familiar face to American audiences through the hit long-running television series Days of Our Lives, which was broadcast for many years. The marital relationship of the two stars unfolded in an extremely peaceful manner and concluded with a divorce that was also exceptionally quiet across the entertainment press pages. There absolutely did not appear any complex property disputes or mutual accusations regarding the issue of infidelity. After the legal procedures were completed, the actor Josh Taylor proceeded to remarry in 1999 with a new wife. Meanwhile, Sandahl Bergman made the decision to continue a single life and have no children. When asked about this choice, she frankly shared, "I choose peace for my life after the storms." The shift in cinematic taste caused the invitations for her to star in theatrical blockbuster movies to gradually decline noticeably. In order to maintain work and cover a stable living, the female artist resiliently pivoted toward accepting guest roles in television series. Small-screen audiences continuously recognized the participation of the former Golden Globe star in hit television projects of the era. Prominently, one must mention her deeply impressive appearance in two famous television series, Cheers and Murder, She Wrote. The actress continued to prove her high adaptability when participating in the fantasy horror series Freddy's Nightmares, a spin-off work of the renowned A Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. Afterward, she continued to appear in the fantasy project Swamp Thing with an extremely special look. In parallel with the television sector, Sandahl Bergman also became a familiar face in the direct-to-video film segment. The first milestone in this period was the thriller work titled Raw Nerve, released to the public in 1991. By 1994, she consecutively completed roles in two different low-budget thriller movie projects. Those were the crime drama movie Lipstick Camera and the work titled Possessed by the Night, where she still displayed absolute seriousness toward her profession. In 1995, the actress continued to accept the invitation to participate in the unique horror movie titled Ice Cream Man. Although these works did not possess large budgets or roaring promotional campaigns, her appearance was still always a bright spot attracting viewers. Behind-the-scenes reports of this period recorded that Sandahl Bergman never showed a superficial or unprofessional attitude when working at small film sets. She always memorized the script and coordinated harmoniously with the entire production crew to complete the filming schedule. The film career lasting more than 3 decades of the superstar officially came to an end in 2003. She accepted the invitation to appear in the musical drama movie titled The Singing Detective, a project gathering the renowned actor Robert Downey Jr. to play the leading role. In this work, she appeared in the capacity of a dancer performing fluid dance steps on stage. This event carried an incredibly symbolic meaning as she began her artistic journey with dances and concluded it with a dance as well. The decision to retire was made completely voluntarily and quietly, marking her total disappearance from the Hollywood capital. Speaking about this withdrawal decision, she affirmed, "I have fully dedicated my years of youth to art and now is the time to rest." Leaving the camera lens while at the mature age of self-contentment, Sandahl Bergman chose a completely reclusive life for herself. But when the year 2026 knocked on the door, a shocking piece of information from Arnold Schwarzenegger once again caused the world to utter the name of the female warrior of yesteryear: reclusive life. Since the volatile milestone of the year 2003, the actress Sandahl Bergman officially established an absolute reclusive life. She proactively cut off all lines of communication entirely with mainstream press and media agencies in the United States. The former Hollywood star resolutely said no to using any popular social media platforms such as Facebook X or Instagram. She also quietly moved out of the bustling center of Los Angeles City to seek peace. Reports tracking once famous stars recorded that she is dedicating her entire retirement time to returning to her artistic roots. She quietly supports and directly teaches choreography to local arts organizations. Sharing a rare insight about this silent continuation of dedication, Sandahl Bergman once directly confided, "Seeing the younger generation move to music brings me the purest happiness that Hollywood does not possess." The extremely rare remaining connection point between her and the public is her appearances at a few Comic-Con events. She also occasionally participates in small-scale nostalgic film festivals to show gratitude to the audience. At over 70 years old, the former superstar always maintains an extremely cheerful and friendly attitude when conversing with loyal fans. She comfortably brings out her index finger with the historical scar from the past to illustrate action scenes. As of the middle of the year 2026, Sandahl Bergman's name has unexpectedly been strongly revived across major cinema sites. The prestigious site Collider continuously publishes deep analytical articles about her cinematic legacy. This wave of interest exploded, stemming from the fact that the actor Arnold Schwarzenegger just officially spoke up to confirm the latest updates. He affirmed that the nostalgic sequel project titled King Conan is experiencing positive developments. This event caused the global film fan community once again to collectively honor the female warrior character, Valeria, of yesteryear. International critics respectfully remarked, "Sandahl Bergman is precisely the irreplaceable gold standard. Her role is asserted to be the most classic model of a true action heroine on screen. It is a full display of natural physical strength that no modern CGI effects can replicate." Sandahl Bergman's journey from a Broadway muse to the resilient female warrior Valeria left an indelible mark on cinematic history. She proved the power of self-sacrificing dedication to true art. Which moment in Sandahl Bergman's career impresses you the most, and are you surprised by that horrific severed finger accident from that year? Please leave your opinion right below in the comments section to discuss together. If you love these in-depth documentary reportage films about once famous cinematic icons, please press the like button and subscribe to the channel. Do not forget to turn on the notification bell so as not to miss the subsequent content.